Just give me a few minutes and I'll finish setting up here. I'm trying to do some stuff over on my other monitor. Had to look up a list of all of the abilities. I'll try to explain this a little bit more, but I've got some stuff in the description just in case I don't explain it properly as we go through, but this is just kind of a labbing session more than anything else. Alright, I think I've got everything set up for this, so I'm going to... There we go. Alright, we're going to be starting on a fresh file here. So the idea that I'm going for with this challenge is... I basically wanted to do something similar to a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge, where, like in those games, whenever you use a Pokemon and it dies, then you can no longer use that Pokemon. And I had this idea earlier today where I was like wondering if it would be possible to do a Kirby Nuzlocke challenge with the abilities. And the problem that I had was if I just make it to where whenever I die that I lose the ability, like I can do a deathless run of Kirby Superstar. That's not a problem. So then I had a secondary thought. Is it possible to beat the game while only using each ability only one time? So that's kind of the crux of this challenge and where the criteria for it comes from. So the goal is to beat the game, and to make it extra spicy, I have to go for 100%. Because that means I'm going to kind of be forced to use abilities. Oh man, I need to actually update. I just realized I didn't put one of the criteria in there. I can only use each ability one time. Once it's used, I can no longer use it again, and I have a spreadsheet set up so that I can actually keep track of that. And there's one exception to that, which is mentioned in the description, which is the Wheelie Rider, and I'll try to go into more detail about that whenever it becomes relevant. But until then, this is going to be pretty much a powerless run of Kirby Superstar. I think that, I think like the first two games on here are going to go really, really smoothly because they're kind of designed to be beaten without abilities to begin with for the most part. I think Great Cave Offensive and Milky Way Wishes is going to be where we really start to see some funk happen. I'm actually going to treat the little superstar thing there the same way because that is technically an ability. I need to update that as well. Yep, and that's what I was thinking whenever I was going through this too, and you know, again, it's the reason that I decided to make the Nuzlocke portion of this to one use of the ability only, because if I just go through and I do this without, like, you know, being able to only use each ability once until I die, like, first of all, I can just be slow and careful and play Kirby Superstar, and that's just gonna be kind of silly. So it kind of got me thinking, well, you know, like, is this possible, basically? Because I feel like there are enough ability, like, spreads out there to where I could potentially do it. Oh yeah, and one of the stipulations I don't have in the description yet, I need to go through and actually edit that at some point, is if I accidentally absorb an ability and it's one that I've already used before, I don't want to consider that completely disqualified. If I basically gain no benefit from, you know, gaining the ability before I can get rid of it, then I will consider that, like, acceptable, basically. So if I, you know, accidentally hit down on an enemy, because that's such an easy thing to do in this game, then if I spit it out and I haven't actually hurt an enemy with that ability, then I can safely, you know, avoid the use of that ability. Right, yeah, like, that's the big thing. Like, Marx actually does have, like, a couple of abilities that, produce stars and stuff like that, or, like, it's the blades that he shoots out. And that's how you can actually, harm him without any abilities, but if I hit that point and I haven't used an ability yet, then, you know, that's where I'm going to be using an ability at, and I'm going to try to see if I can save, like, a good one for that. We'll see how that goes, though. I actually... The amount that I have labbed this out in my head has been literally thinking about it today, and there's a couple of points that I can think where I could actually get stuck on this, and, you know, like, any kind of hammer points, I think it's going to take me a little bit of time, and I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that later on. Like, I know there is one absolutely required partner use of rock. I know there's, like, a couple of instances of Wheelie Rider, which one of them I actually had to make an exception for in the rules, because I know I needed in Milky Way Wishes, and I know for a fact there is an auto-required use of it in Revenge of Meta Knight, so I kind of made an exception to that with the rules. I don't know why I killed him. Just felt like he needed to. I think, like, the first couple of levels are gonna be really, really easy, just because, like, Dynablade, there's only one time that I need to use Mirror, and I'm pretty sure that one's gonna be easy enough to avoid. Also, my god, I did not realize how powerful the copy ability was. Like, these games kind of get you used to the fact that you are gonna have abilities on you at all time, and I didn't realize that you could just pretty much 3-tap Krakow like that. It does make the fight slower, too. Which means that we might get to see more of the attack patterns of some of these bosses, because usually DDD is getting stun locked into oblivion by this point. Nah, he ate it. That's okay. We'll take care of him. I'm going to be skipping the credits of some of these, at least for a little bit, just because I want to get to the exciting part of the run, because Spring Breeze was going to be a breeze no matter what. You hit no, it's going to explain copy for me anyways. Alright, so there are 2 secret levels in Dynablade that I have to unlock. And like I said, one of those is the one that requires the use of mirror. I think the one ability that I can think of off the top of my head that might not get really used for anything and is probably a freebie ability is going to be Ice. Because as far as I know, there aren't any ice requirements for unlocking any specific areas. All that's in that room is a sword ability, so kind of pointless in this run. You know, I always forget that there's a secret up there. Alright, nothing up there except for the Hyper Candy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Can I get around that? Maybe I don't need to go that way. Whew, okay. We're safe. I thought we were already run dead. Well, not dead, but I thought we were gonna have to use our first ability. Here's kind of another ability that's probably gonna be just sort of a freebie as well, because I don't think that I need Cook anywhere in particular. I'm not gonna risk it for right now. I might need it later, and I don't... But we'll see if I can go without it for now. Yeah, Fire and Hammer are the two that I am absolutely terrified about, because there are a handful of smashy points, and I have, I think just the 2 uses, because Hammer has the smashy smash, and then Stone has the, you know, obvious smashy smash, but we'll have to see. So this room right here isn't required, really. That just leads to the ninja ability and a 1-up. You're not really necessary. Here is going to be my first ability use, and this is where I can actually update my description to include my 1 exception rule as well. Alright, so I'm going to spit out and dismiss the helper here. I have used Mirror. Let me update my description. Sorry, I had something in my throat. There we go. Just wanted to make sure that my description was up to date. The ninja enemies are one of my favorite enemies in this game, honestly. Like, they are just very, very quick and just awesome looking. They hop around really aggressively. Gotta be a little bit careful with my health here. Never mind. Never punished. There we go. Oh, I'm very excited for Mega Man Unlimited 2. You absolutely bet I'm going to check that game out whenever it comes out. I do hope that he does a little bit better with the checkpoints this time around, because that was definitely something that was a little bit, that was one of the criticisms I had about Mega Man Unlimited 1, was it took a long time to get places, like, you know, to a checkpoint. There we go, I made up for missing the star. So here's the cool thing. I only need hammer to get the secrets behind the castle here, so I don't have to use my required hammer here. I think that the overdrive system they showed off in Mega Man Unlimited 2 looks really awesome as well. I don't know if this counts towards 100% or not, but we're gonna fight him anyways. I am kind of glad that they went through after the fact and kind of fixed up Rainbow Man's stage, at least, and made the lasers a little bit less brutally punishing. Alright. I don't know if I need to visit this stage or not either, but just to make sure. Alright, we visited it. One of the things that is completely tantalizing me right now is I need to have pressed down like 7 times now. And that is something that I am like viciously trying to avoid. That was kind of cool. That star rebounded off of the Waddle Dee there. I think those little block sections are going to be a problem too if I run into those later on, because I'm going to have an ability that'll let me actually do that. Oh man, I actually just realized there is a required use of the hyper candy. Oh, you have no idea how horrifying it is. I want to hit down so badly. Also, I need to check something out on my stream delay here. Do I have a delay set up? Oh, better deal with that guy first. There we go. Now I can look into this. I thought I had an option on here for like where that is, but it looks like there's a bit of a delay between the game and the stream at this point, so I'll have to look into how to fix that later. At least like more of one than I'm used to. Like I used to have it set up to where I could basically have it live, but I had to change my setup a little bit. Shoot, I was trying to double dip on that. Oh, come on. You're a lot sturdier than the other bosses, you know that? And I'm just fighting you poorly. I love Bugsy so much. Except whenever he dodges my attacks. Come on. Uh-oh. This could be it. This is why I put that stipulation in that this does not end the run, because that would have ended it right there. I think if I, like, figure out that this is possible to do, I think I might redo the, like, you know, I might try to redo this at some point and try to get, like, an actual recorded time. This session is more of a can it be done than it is a, like, actual run of it. Yeah, I should have just flown up there. He didn't have the height to actually hit me. At least on the playback on my side, it is a little bit delayed, like, more than it usually is, so I think that's what it is. I'm gonna have to try to look into that soon. I actually can't remember if there is a required use of fire in this level or not. I know that there is one spot in here where the copy ability, or not the copy ability, but... Oh, is that required or not? I don't think so. I think that's just like a very roundabout way to get the hammer ability. But I don't think that any of those are necessary to get the switch. Sorry, I'm looking something up here really quickly. I think I'll finish out this game and then I'll try to find the latency setting, because that's gonna bother me if I don't. don't think that's where the Switch Palace is. Because the Switch Palace, if I recall, is right here. Yes, okay, awesome. And I didn't have to use an ability for it. Whew. Alright, so we can do the rest of Dynablade without using an ability. Awesome. So far, doing great. Only one power used so far, and that one power that I've used so far is one that I do not need to use again. Also, I'm trying to stream this on a different emulator, and I'm not sure how I feel about this game streaming on it, because the audio kind of, like, clips a little bit. At this point, I'm waiting till they do the Switch 2 before I worry about upgrading at all. I don't use my Switch enough to justify upgrading it until then. That's the newest Animal Crossing that came out, right? New Horizons? Come on. There we go, thank you. Ah, dang it. One down. Here, I need to borrow this. I think that's all of them. Yep. I did have to get new Joy-Con things for my Switch. The buttons were locking up really, really badly. Alright, we have Went in here, so I think... I don't know if that's necessary, but I'm doing it just in case. And yeah, after I beat Dynablade, I'm gonna let the credits play on this one, and then I want to see if I can figure out what's going on with the latency and see if I can get that fixed up. That may be a thing that I can only do after the stream's over, which will be unfortunate. Yeah, just keep giving me stars, buddy. I'd love to see Dynablade come back. One of my favorite bosses. Alright, I'm gonna let the credits play out on this a little bit and look for that latency setting. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to adjust it right now. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna be on a little bit of a delay then. There's nothing I can really do about that for tonight. I've never played any of the Shin Megami Tensei games myself. I've heard of them. I think a friend of mine once was playing one of them, but I couldn't tell you which one it was. I'm gonna do Revenge of Meta Knight first, and then we'll hit the really saucy ones. Because I feel like Meta Knight is going to be another one that I can just do, and I just want to get this out of the way so that I'll have Milky Way Wishes and the other one unlocked. Milky Way Wishes and Great Cave Offensive, which Cave Offensive's already open, but this way I'll just be sure that I have it. Alright, I'm just gonna hold the shoulder button here. I know that the Shin Megami games are related to Persona in some way, like whether they are like same game, different universe, or just, you know, made by the same people. I know there's some relation there, I just don't know what the relation is. Ow. Hello there. Benji, if you are curious what is going on, I've got a list of the kind of rules for the challenge that I'm doing here in the description. That should give you what you need to know. Oh, God. I've never seen a Scarfy zoom that hard before. One thing I'll definitely need to do once I kind of have this confirmed if it's possible or not, I'm gonna have to clean up on silly deaths like that, which I think that one happened because I'm used to having an ability there and just I wasn't ready for any of that. There we go, that's how that should have looked. Oh my God. Go. Grab that. Oh, so Persona was the one that came first? Okay, I cannot deal with that again. Okay, now we're just doing a Wispy Woods fight. I actually didn't know that I couldn't eat the little caterpillars. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was thinking that Persona was the one that came after Shin Megami Tensei. I don't know enough about, like, any of those games to be able to speak to it, honestly. Yeah, so about 2 or 3 times over now, technically the run is dead. But again, those are correctable mistakes, and if I get to a point to where I feel more comfortable about doing this and if it's possible or not, then I'll see about like worrying about actually not getting hit. That was a close one. Oh my goodness. Let's not die to double woods twice. Oh, that was a close one. There we go. Okay, that's how I kind of understood it. I just wanted to make sure that I was thinking correctly on that. I always thought that Shin Megami Tensei came first, so you kind of said that and it threw me for a bit of a loop. I also may have just half read it and read it incorrectly too. So Meta Knight, again, is, like, just to talk about the challenge for a second, is a game that I don't believe that I have any ability uses that are forced besides the Willy at the very, very end. And that's kind of the exception to my rule, because if I don't make that, then I fail the challenge outright at Milky Way Wishes. You really start to appreciate the food drops whenever you're thinking about how to do this without dying. Not really, no. The Meta Knight's crew has always just kind of been their own thing, and most of them are enemies that are part of his crew from the older game, Kirby's Adventure. The Waddle Dee obviously is not, and then... Hang on. I think this is a required use of fire. That's gonna be unfortunate if so. Yeah, this is the one that just hurts me. Okay, so we've got to use fire here. There, as far as I can tell, there is no way to avoid using fire at this spot, so... Hey, come back here. Actually, I'm gonna let him light the fire, and then I will dismiss him. There we go. Let me update my list. Fire has been used. I think the one that is new is the eagle guy. He's like the captain of the ship. The rest of them are all enemies that have appeared to some degree before in the previous game. So one thing that I could possibly do there, and I think it would require a little bit of pre-planning, but there are bomb enemies before that point. I could bring a bomb there and potentially use that as fire. I can't remember if the explosion counts as fire or not, though. That's going to be part of what I try to lab out here today, is just figuring that out. Which, you know, just to kind of reiterate, this is not the challenge, because if so, I would have already reset once because I died earlier. But this will be good to see if it is possible at all, and that's something that I can look into. Crash is another one that is going to be sort of pseudo-required, because there is a treasure in Great Cave Offensive that I have to use Crash to get through the door on. I'm more scared of Master Hand here. I can't remember what his... I think his name's like Karate something. Wanna throw a bomb? Thank you. And I can't use Jet for a few reasons, but the biggest one is I'm gonna need Jet later in Great Cave Offensive, so that's out. I don't know if... I think I can use Hammer, technically. Thank you. There's Twin Cannon down. I don't know how the stream delay got so bad, but I know I haven't really streamed since I got a new PC, so I'm wondering if whenever I swapped over to that, some like default setting didn't get carried over or something like that. That's also if there's any sort of sound related issues, I might need to tweak those a little bit, but as far as I did with my testing, everything seems fine there. Oh no. I have to decide. I think it's gotta be Beam. Hang on, is there anything I can do here? Hey, you two, come together. Come on. Just a little bit closer. Damn it. You respawn them. I'm gonna try one thing here. If I can get them together, I can get a big star, and that may have the range I'm looking for. Fuck off. Actually, you know what? Get down here. I'm having so much trouble here. Can I not get both of them at the same time? Oh, hey! Thank you. Okay, I need to respawn him. I need to respawn him. He is my friend. Hey, buddy. Right over here. Now just a little bit lower. Okay, let's get you back over this way. Oh my goodness, come on, I need you to do me a favor big time, man. Come on. Ah, shoot. I might be able to do this. There we go. Took a little bit of finagling. Oh, man. It might just be dead here. Nope, nope. Hey, we got one down there. That's creative problem solved. Fuck! There's another one. Okay, I think this one's gonna be easier to get him to... Alright. I can keep respawning him. Okay, nope. Okay. It is possible for him to throw them in a low enough arc to hit that. I just need him to get over here. Oh, if I had the health to survive this... I'm just gonna take the death on it. Okay, this is possible, though. I am still gonna try one more thing, though. There we go. Okay, it's not possible. Okay. I need that bomb guy who is over here somewhere. Come back. There we go. See if we can get him to long throw it. Might just have to blow up on him here. Dang it. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be tricky. If I can avoid using the beam here, that would be perfect. That was too high. Yeah, I think the problem is that he is way too, like, throwing high happy there to get it. I didn't think that I was going to get stuck here with an ability use, but I think I might just be out of luck. Alright, well, if we're going to use an ability for it, it's going to be Beam. go. And I'm sorry, what'll do? I need you to die. So that one is possible to do. It's just gonna take a little bit of practice to figure out how to finagle the bombs there. Also, I'm gonna pause for just a second. I need to, while I'm thinking about it, I have used Beam. There we go. Because if I don't remember to do it now, I will forget later. And that's gonna be one of the places that I can kind of think about and take notes on. Like, I should probably... I'll have the video evidence later. I will know that I got stuck there, and, you know, maybe I can use ice there and just not have to deal with it. That's okay. Beam is another one of the ones that I don't really need. Oh, this could be problematic. There we go. Worst case scenario, I could have absorbed him and just done it that way. I was not expecting to hit that road bump. I knew that there was a couple of spots where they had those like down blocks, but I didn't realize I was going to get stuck there like then. I did find like an almost solution to it though, so I'm excited about that. It is possible for me if I do this later to do that. I just need to kind of figure out what the proper manipulation of those of the Poppy brothers are. That's not a thing I can shoot at you. That is. Hey, can you get... Thank you. I needed you to get out of my hitbox a little bit. The good news is I can do a little bit of extra damage to him by blocking as well. I'm just trying to avoid it a little bit here. Ooh, actually, yeah. If he spits one of those out again, I have an idea. Ah, it's probably not worth it at this point. All right, here we go. Should I have maybe saved that? Yeah, but there's not really any place that you can get the paint ability that isn't in a boss fight. And it's basically impossible for me to have the paint ability since I'm kind of doing this no partners as well. It's kind of impossible for me to have paint outside of a boss that I use it on. It always tickled me to death that the literal chicken was the one saying, "You chickens." some like symbolic irony there. That part is possible, you just had to be really, really fast. All that's on that floor is the yo-yo, so we're gonna skip right past it. This boss is going to be super tough to do without powers. Honestly, the toughest part about this boss is going to be that I can't get rid of the cannon at all, which means he's going to waste a little bit of extra time. All right, reactor's down. I'm actually starting to wonder if it's just my preview that's being slow. Uh-oh. That was my fault. I think this is the first time I've game overed on this game in like a million years. Okay, no, the rate that the chat's coming in, there's definitely a delay still. I had some hope because one of the responses kind of came in at a decently timed spot, but no. There's just a latency. At least I picked an okay level to game over on, as far as just getting back into it goes. And here's the last stand of the crew right here. Oh, that's a freeze frame. Alright, and here comes my required uses of sword. There's no way around it. The fight absolutely will not start until I pick up that sword. There's no way I can get away with using it. Without using it, rather. Nope, just kidding. Not necessary at all. So I actually don't know which of his abilities... I don't know which abilities he has actually produced stars. Does he have him? This might actually unironically be my place that I use it, if not. Okay, yeah, he's not producing any stars at all. I might actually have to use the sword here. This is definitely part of why I wanted to lab this out first before I just went for it, because this would have been the spot I was like, okay, well, challenge dead. Okay, yeah, he is absolutely not doing anything. I can block him to death, but I think that would be worse than just taking the sword hit. I thought that they made him do stars. Is that a change they did in Ultra, maybe? I need to write off sword here, but alright, I gotta mark sword off. This was a bad one. This was a pretty big hit, honestly. Because, well, I'm not counting this Wheelie Rider, but we had to use like 2 abilities here. Yeah, like I just tried, by the way, and you can't even get off of Wheelie Rider for this one, so that's why I didn't want to count this one. I'll still mark my technically used wheel on here, but there we go. That way it's at least marked down. I do like the jump attacks on the sword the best, yeah. I'll definitely agree with that. Alright, and here is the real make or break of this entire challenge. It's actually been a while since I've collected all the treasures here too, so combine that with me not knowing exactly where, like, you know, what abilities I'm going to need and stuff. This is gonna be interesting. This is where the run gets really spicy. Basically, if I begin to lose abilities, this is gonna be the spot that I lose them at, because this is where I'm going to have to figure out what is required and what is not. So here's where I actually think I'm going to have to potentially use Wing for, because this whole entire section here is going to be rough. Unless... Nope, we're good. No Wing use. Yep, that is absolutely correct. I need to... And thankfully, Great Cave Offensive is a good place to do this at, because this is going to be the point, like, you know, especially tonight, is going to be the point where I can actually, like, find all of these treasures and figure out like what puzzle I'm trying to solve, like the wing one back there. I could have sworn for sure I was going to need to use it, but apparently not. I don't think there's a chest over here. Nope, that's just a shortcut back. Now here's a problem. I don't even have any friends this time to help me down there. Is that the treasure chest one, though? Damn it, it is. Okay, so we're gonna have to use an ability for that one. Question is, which one? Man, this really stinks. How come Kirby just doesn't have like a down stomp ability of some sort? I knew the timing on it was tight for the wing one there, but yeah, I wasn't sure how tight it was. Okay, we're gonna leave that treasure back there for now. It is unfound on our list. I will inevitably forget about it later, but I want to figure out what abilities we have left after I do the rest of Great Cave Offensive first, before I worry about that one. Do you want to see what is through there? I think there's a treasure that way. There is a treasure there, and now I can just easily pop it there and get it. I think right now, I think Fighter might be the way to go for that one. The one that I had to pass up. Because Fighter is not necessary for anything else, which means I should be able to get away with using it. Okay, so there is treasure up here. Then over to this side, there is also treasures. Gotta get in and get out before they get back. The good news about this run is basically the entire time I'm not gonna have to worry about losing my abilities ever. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm all caught up through here so far, so I think we're good. Oh, can you cut this? I don't think you can. Uh-oh. There is I think there is definitely a treasure down there. This will tell me if there is a treasure over there or not. Okay, I think maybe there isn't. Oh, but isn't there definitely... Yeah, there's definitely one down there, though. Is there a cutter enemy nearby? Okay, I was trying to see if I can maybe simulate a cut there. Okay, yeah, this is problematic. I have to use one of my cuts here. There is no way around it. Wing technically as well. Which I did save my use of wing from earlier, so I may be able to get away with it. I'm just gonna beat this boss the old-fashioned way, the old block techniques. Alright, I'm gonna leave those two treasures back there for now, because I want to kind of take stock of what abilities I have. I know they're back there. I know I need at least 2 abilities. Wasn't anything up there, right? Okay. I think the other one is here. Ah, there it is. Okay, yep. So besides the 2 that we know we're missing, I have all of the treasures so far based off of our treasure list. That's actually how I used to beat Fatty Well all the time, was blocking him to death, because I was always too afraid to actually deal with his patterns and stuff, which I don't know why. His patterns aren't particularly difficult. Here's my water bottle. I'm gonna take a quick water break here. Alright, sorry about that. A lot of talking, a lot of hydrating. Yep, up here is gonna be my required crash use, I'm pretty sure. I do want to see one thing, though. No, I don't think. I think it's just gotta be here. This is where I knew Crash was going to be used, so we're just gonna do it. This... Hey, can you... didn't work. This sucks. This is the worst. And if I hadn't hit that switch, then I could have just had him puke a bomb at me. Oh, and I don't think I can undo that either. I guess the question is there a treasure there? I think there is. Oh, hey, thanks. Oh yeah, there's absolutely a treasure here. Not just one treasure, but two. Whoops, I closed the screen for a second. That's good to know, though. I love not having to use abilities there. It is also good to know that these rooms reset if I ever make a really bad mistake like that, though. Okay, so this one is like 3 separate rooms worth of challenges, all made infinitely easier by having abilities. I know that there's a few other treasures at the bottom of the room. But I wanted to go over here first. I thought he's always used, Nunchaku. What did he use after that? Okay, up here is definitely a thing. Oh yeah, this is just the path back up here. I mean, if the Eldritch Abomination that, you know, can destroy multiverses finds your Nunchaku, that's as good of a reason as any to stop using them, you know? Ah, dang it. I'm gonna have to swoop back around. That was really dangerous. I was holding down to swim down to the bottom of the floor, and I almost would have swallowed that guy. That's silly. Okay, let's see if I can do this room hitless. There we go. I'm gonna go back to the save room and get some help. I should have 2 of the 3 rooms here cleared out. Alright, yep, every treasure up to this point besides the 2 we know we missed. I think this is going to be where the second use of Wheelie comes in, or rather the first technical use of it. Right, like that's what I was thinking. It's like, it's really silly that apparently a pair of nunchucks are too scary, but a literal pair of swords is fine. Okay, this sucks. There is absolutely a problem here. I don't think that his boomerang is going to hit it here. In fact, I don't know if he's even going to throw the boomerang without me being on his level. Hey buddy, you wanna toss the boomerang? You wanna... Hey, do you wanna just throw it? Do you even attack? Come on. Look, I'm gonna get you. Just throw it. Please, just once. Why do you even have that thing if you're not gonna use it? I was trying to see if I could shoot the star low enough, but I don't think that that's gonna work. This might be another power use here because there is absolutely a treasure there. I don't think that I have any... I don't think that I have any ways of doing that because this guy is never going to throw his boomerang for me. I don't know. Don't ask any questions. We take those. No, that's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so this is where I thought that the technical Wheelie Rider was needed, but okay, I think we might be good on Wheelie anyways. All right, every treasure up to the second boss. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna take my wins where I get them at, and that was pretty great. Okay, so these bosses do attack, and they do give me attacking abilities. I'm just gonna take a lot of damage while trying to. Yeah, take that. Jerk. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I definitely know I'm gonna need Wheelie Rider a little bit later. Because it's in the tower that's coming up. A little bit of required damage, that's fine. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna die here, probably. Okay. First two bosses on this run are gonna be fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've always thought of it more of just like an homage more than a, more than like a like, you know, like an insulting parody of it. Now you're just stalling the fight out. That's okay. I can whittle you down 1 HP at a time. Thank you. Oh, the later versions of this fight are gonna suck. Alright, so we're gonna try the distance play this time. Okay, shoot. I'm just gonna keep holding block until he does the stars, and I'm gonna try to catch like the third one. Okay, that works. Okay, so I at least have a way to deal with him and predict him. Ah, I didn't catch it. Love you for stalling this fight. There we go. The scary ones are going to be the later versions of this fight. Because it starts out with the mage and then it goes to the others. So if I can save a special ability to use against those fights, that would be very good. Also, I know Trolley has like a thing down there as an ability. I'm not counting it as an ability. It's not. Actually, before we get too deep into the tower, let's go save. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time in the tower here, but this might end up being where I kind of call it for the evening. I cannot believe that works. A Thingus. I think that is actually the escape for that one, so... Nope. This might be my required yo-yo use. Unless I can bait you into attacking it for me. I think that's the main reason that, like, I'm kind of saying it's not gonna count too much, is because worst case scenario, I just go through the trolley rooms without using them. No, don't throw it that way. Turn around. Come on. I need you to be just a little bit closer. It's so close. I want to see if I can bait him into doing it for me. Stop throwing it that way. I need you to be at, like... well, not dead, first of all. I need you to be right about... no, that's too high, I think. Oh, my stream is so far back I can't even, like, look back at that and see how close it was or not. I might be able to possibly get away with Parasol there. I'll try this like once or twice more. I mainly want to see if I can get him up here. Oh, that was so close. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah. Okay, we'll take Yo-Yo. We'll take Yo-Yo. I need to mark that off of my list here. Yo-Yo. That one sucks. I was really kind of relying on that one to be my boss killer later. Summon you in here so that I can kill you. I think if I can get... like, if I can get, like the idea of this down, I think the deaths will take care of themselves. Like, that's the big thing about this one is once I get to the point that once I get to a point where I can figure out the routes that I need to take and what I kind of need to make this happen, that's going to be the point that I can start working on dying less. It is kind of funny that there are treasure pieces in the game that actually can tell you, like, exactly how much all of this stuff is. I love that. That is my new favorite tech for this. This is one of those things where it almost feels like they, like, except for like the couple of places like that one early on that they didn't, it almost feels like it's like by design that they made it that way. I think the other thing that'll be good to know is just figuring out what abilities I have left at the end of like this whole entire run, because whenever I figure out that, that's gonna tell me like how possible this is, as well as just, you know, if there's like certain places early on that I, you know, can either stand to use an ability or not use one. It's just good to kind of know what options I have available. This tower, though, this is where rock is going to get used. This is where a few things are going to get used, honestly. Wait a minute. I actually didn't know that that was the case. It's gonna make getting the Triforce piece a little bit easier. Okay. Nope. I need to go the other way. Pretty sure that's just the exit to the place. Let's just double check. We can always go back if not. Yep. The direction we need to go is all the way over here. Yeah, and here's like my first required thing, and it's gotta be hammer. Oh, man. Alright. I can go back this way. I can grab hammer from the hammer guy all the way up here. I hope that it is a straight path with no enemies in the way. Yeah, here's where I can get hammer. Hey, you want to maybe not, like, ram into me whenever you hit me with your hammer, please? I guess that's a big ask, I'm sorry. Oh god. I'm gonna lose another life here. Alright. Since I just basically don't want to lose my life and have to go all the way back to get it again, I'm just gonna use it all the way up there right now. I'm already really worried about hammer and stone, so we'll just do it this way and see what happens. And like I said, I'll mark this off as my technical hammer use, but in the future we'll see how that plays out. Had to respond to a message there, sorry. So I think those guys are technically bait. Whoops. Got too low to the ground. Whoopsies. Alright. I'm gonna technically mark hammer off of the list. And what I'm going to do is... do I even have hammer on my list? I think I missed hammer on here. Let me just add that and mark it off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, it's going to suck if I have to run all the way over here, get hammer, run all the way back, so I am just going to, if I see a stone enemy on the way, I'm going to use stone for the sheer purposes of not having to do this entire run again if I can help it. But the problem that I'm having is I don't think that I'm going to be able to. I'm also taking every piece of damage I possibly can. There we go. Okay, I mean, if you just want to ram into me until you die, that's your prerogative, man. Oh, like I said, this is definitely the part of the run where things are gonna get spicy, because this is absolutely where I kind of predicted things were gonna get kind of rough. And it may just be the case that I'm gonna have to make the ruling of I can only use the ability, like, you know, like the certain moves of the ability once or something like that. But that, I want to avoid that because it's just way too easy to be like, well, you know, I've used the slam here, but I haven't used the swingy swing move. And, you know, like there's just too many like little nuances with the abilities, and I think it kind of takes away from the spirit of the challenge if I do that. So I want to avoid that if possible. I still don't entirely think that that is necessary. I'm just playing a game of Flappy Bird right now. There we go. Okay, yeah, here comes problem number 2. That's what I needed the fire guys for. These 2 rooms are connected. Trying to think about what I could possibly do here. Once again, since this is not the official run, I'm just gonna go and grab fire. I'm just gonna drag him over there. So this is going to be a big problem because I need to have the fire helper for this. And that's another kind of like one of the rules I wanted to be careful about is the helpers being able to use abilities. Like, okay, this is required. That sucks. That really sucks. So I'm going to have to think about that. Fire is technically used because it's forced to be used. I still have jet, but that's going to be required later. I've already used crash. I don't think that bombs detonate underwater, much less light fuses. I also need to get rid of Leo here, sorry. Okay, so I got the treasure there, but I need to, like, I'm gonna have to think about how to solve that, and, you know, this may be a case where I'm gonna have to rethink my rules set for this. I thought that there was another room up there somewhere. I'm just gonna go back and check all the springs there one more time. I know that there's one room that I already got a treasure, and that's this one. Yeah, okay. I don't think we're... There's like a lot more of the tower left to do, because there's like a ton of these treasures right here come from this area. Plus there's like an entire like section of the tower I haven't done yet. Which is this side. Alright, this one is... Well, there's my one use of sleep. Let me mark that off. That right there is gonna be a run killer if I mess this up, like, twice. Yeah, so that right there would be run dead, technically. Which is gonna be hilarious if I ever lose, like, a real attempt to that. I'm gonna fucking scream if that happens, by the way. If you guys want to help me, by the way, because like I'm trying not to think about it while I'm in the middle of the run. What abilities in Kirby Superstar produce any sort of flame effect? The ones that I know of off the top of my head are the hammer swing. I think that technically generates a fire, but that also is used by me to get to that area. So there's jet ability, which I don't think is going to be usable. Okay, this is just this room. I'm just trying to think of which, okay, I think this is where the required stone usage is. This part right here. Oh, that's not required stone usage. There it is, it's right here. Because that leads all the way over to that entire side. I haven't used plasma yet, so technically speaking, plasma might be able to. But I don't think that that actually does fire, though, is the problem. Technically, I should have saved my paint usage for here, but I wanted to be Mimi on Heavy Lobster. It'll be fine. Camellia arm needs to be a little bit challenging. He made me puke out my star, too. Whoa. Whoa. Now see, the big problem that I have is the easiest solution to that problem is to allow my helper to use an ability as well and to count that as its own separate thing. And that solves the issue, because then I can have Flaming Leo use the ability there. Yeah, the candle room. This one's gonna suck. Without powers. That's also just like a really, again, like I don't want to completely invalidate the challenge of this. I'm a little bit hesitant to say that it's okay for me to use those. How's my treasure count going? Okay, so I missed 2 of them. I might be about to get them right now. This room is going to be a lot of me pressing up all over the place. That is what I'm doing here, is just pressing up constantly. It is really scary when the bear charges. There we go. Nope, that's going forward in the wrong direction, so we have missed 2 power-ups somewhere. Do not know where I have missed them at. Alright. That's the 2 big towers there taken care of. I think that is... yeah, because there's those 2 towers, and that's about it, I think. Oh, right, I bet the 2 treasures are in my required stone usage. Which now we're gonna have to backtrack there and get to those. I think Milky Way Wishes is honestly going to be the thing that makes me determine whether or not my challenge is completely valid or not. Because if there's any more, like, Stomp Palace things anywhere, it's over. The run's dead. Like, 100%. Yes, I need you to use your rock power. There we go. Now I need you to come up here so I can bid you adieu. So there is absolutely one of them. Oh man. Yeah, I think that is problematic, is what that is. Oh yeah, the run is super dead now. Because I think I would need to use plasma right there. I'm just gonna pick up stone again, because Spirit of Science. because I have to use stone here to get to that treasure. That sucks. That sucks so much. Now this one I can kind of cheese a little bit, because if I get plasma, I can shoot through that. Hey, Rocky, I need you to not. Alright, I'm gonna have to respawn this room. I'm just gonna see if I can do like a YOLO mix and get what I need here. He just jumped to space and never came back. Okay, well. Yeah, and that treasure that's gonna be in that room is absolutely where the last one is. Okay. I am going to go and check that room again. You know, I'm saying this constantly just because I want it to be absolutely clear. The run has been invalidated at this point. This is all pure science now. We are doing science shenanigans at the moment. Hey, Rocky, will you cooperate, please? Thank you. Yeah, I am going to, at this point, I'm going to clear the tower, and then after that, I'll do the boss. And I think I'm going to save, like, the last little bit for later, because I am just a wee little bit bummed out here. You do to... Rocky, I love you, but I wish you were just a little bit smarter. Just like the smallest amount smarter. There we go. Just like the very smallest bare minimum about smarter. Just gonna grab this food for safety. And that's how we can do that without having to use any powers. We just get in here. Okay, I need to mark plasma off my list. Plasma and stone. I'm gonna put stone at yes ×2 because that just hurts. Alright, sorry about that. I needed to update some things and just a little bit of quiet angry. I actually think that we are clear of the tower at this point, like... I think that is everything here, and the rest of the stuff is going to be in the next area. Oh, right. The tower doesn't even have a boss for it either. This just leads straight into the next area. I've gotta, like, I'm having such a bad urge right now. Like, I kind of want to just clear out Great Cave Offensive. I think I might save it, though, because that'll give me room for streaming later. Right here is gonna be basically the required jet usage because I cannot get through there. And like, I think I have tried this one before. Like, I think it is just impossible to get through there and do it without using jet. If I can do it without jet, I might actually be able to save the run. Okay. Oh. I was hoping that I could kind of like clip through here or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be possible or not. Ah, that's so close, though. If I can get down there with, like, this draft pushing me, like, I think it might be possible. No, okay, whatever. I'm gonna just... Actually, before I use this one... no, this might not be possible either. Alright, well, actually... Oh god, before... Let me see if this will work. Okay. I can do this with Ninja. That does remove one of my cutting options, though. Like, one of my cut abilities, so... I have to weigh that. I will put Ninja on the use list right now. There we go. Screw it. We're this close to finishing this. I'm just gonna... I've already hit, like, the disappointment quota at this point, so... Oh man, I think I actually might need to use Jet up here as well. This treasure, this one right here, took me such a long time to find. Like, I got to, like, every treasure collected except for one, and that was the one that I was missing. Okay, I think... I actually do genuinely think that I'm going to have to make a ruling of me and my partner can use the ability once. Like, I'm beginning to feel like that may be the only way that some of this is actually possible. Oh no. I'm gonna have to think about this a lot. I do think that right now, like at the current level of things, I do think that the challenge is appropriate. Like this doesn't feel brain dead to me, but it also doesn't feel easy either. So I've got some things to think about. I'm gonna have to make some hard decisions here soon on the official rulings of this and whether or not... Oh god. I think this might actually be where I need wing or something like that. Nope, okay. Just gotta puke a lot. And this is the required Wheelie Rider right here. Because there is no way in hell you make it through all of that with time to spare. Oops. Because even back in the olden days, like I would have to do this. Like that right there. That one error costs you, so it's like there is no way. There's no way you're doing that without Wheelie Rider. I keep ramping is what keeps happening. There we go. That's the required use of Will. Like, that is the one I absolutely knew I needed to use it on. I'm going to mark Will off of the usable list. There we go. God, Great Cave Offensive has been murder on this run. Now, Umbrella is right there, but I don't technically need it. I just have to get down here and out fast enough. Okay, yeah, I feel like there are like at least one or two more here. I'm gonna have to do like another sweep after this. I can't remember if there is one in here. I'm gonna grab an ability and just check. For the purposes of science. If there's no treasure here, I'm not gonna... Yeah, alright. I'm not gonna count this one as an ability use. And also, I'll just remember on the actual run to not go into that room. I'm breaking so many rules. I have been in that one. Been in that one. That was the Wheelie Rider requirement room. Did I mark plasma off? Been in that one. I will check the plasma mark off here in a minute. Did I go down here? I think this is the one that I missed. Nope, this was just a food room. I think I have hit every possible room in here then. Because this is the big spinny room. Spikes. And this one is... Yep. Okay. I'm gonna take the star for completion's sake, but yeah, we're clear here. I'm just gonna finish out Great Cave Offensive. I can't help myself. Okay, so there is one up here, and I just have to beat Bugsy for it. Ah, come on. Oh well, that's fine. We'll 3-cycle you. I'm trying to remember if in Milky Way Wishes, if there are any points that need to be cut. So far, I think the answer is no. I'll tell you one thing I am worried about, though. There may be another use of Crash coming up here. So I think to get in there, I think I need to crash. Maybe? No. There is a place here that I need to use a crash on. I guess the question is it mandatory? I think it's like right over here. Okay, yeah. That's just to a 1-up. Shoot. Yep. That's gonna be a problem. That's 2 mandatory uses of Crash then. Because there isn't any ability that I have that can fire from a distance, hit that above water, or like below water. There are too many variables here to hit either the switch or that. Let me look at my list here. What do I have available? Bomb isn't gonna do it. I could carry a mic all the way here and use that. but that's gonna be such torture to do. I know where there's a mic enemy at, but I'm gonna have to carry it like so many screens to get here. And I don't entirely know if I can even make it here without, like, you know, having to lose it. I need to mark crash off. I used that earlier. Cutter is going to be mandatory later. Copy isn't going to be able to do it. Parasol, not enough range. Fighter, no abilities that'll do it. Suplex, no. Ice, no. Wing, no. Jet, no. This is looking pretty grim. I'm gonna do the mandatory crash here, but this might be a place where I could get away with using Mike, and I just don't... I've gotta try. I've gotta try to bring Mike here. Oh, fuck me. I can't do it. Because Bugsy's up here. And I'm pretty sure if I come back, I'm gonna have to fight him again. Yep. This might be the worst disappointment ever. That sucks. Because I don't think that two mics are going to... I don't think I can get a mic there, and I don't think that I can... I want to see if there's any mics in these areas. Nope. Of course not. There is one back at the tower. Maybe there's one on the tracks here. Where was he? It was to the left. Oh. So what this really boils down to is me getting burnt alive and almost losing Mike right there and then. What this boils down to is, can I get Mike to Bugsy? If I get Mike to Bugsy, am I going to be able to kill him in 2 of the 3 uses of it? And then finally, is Mike going to be able to hit the switch? If this works, then the run may not be doomed. This is a lot of ifs, and this is basically like... Don't make me lose my mic ability, thank you. Oh, this sucks. I'm so, like, this can't work, right? Like, this is not going to happen. Okay, here comes the first big if. No, not even close. Okay, I've gotta... Okay, maybe? Oh no, it's over. I don't feel like making that whole entire run again, so... I'm just going to make my way back over to that area. I'm going to use Crash and get the treasure just for the sake of actually collecting it, but I'm going to have to do some testing, and I'm going to have to figure that out, because that could very well be the run killer right there. Because I don't know how I can get rid of the other mandatory Crash use either. What kind of sucks here is if I had a helper of some sort here, I could have the helper kill Bugsy, or at least attempt to, and then I would at least have some semblance of a way to do it and just use one of my abilities, but at this point every ability use is really killing me, so I would have to choose wisely for sure. The other thing I could do is try to find a place to mix a mic, but I am not good at mixing. I'm good at getting the mix to start, less good at actually making it work and getting what I want out of it. Alright, here we are. Now, if I use the rule of the helper ability, I could do a plasma wisp here, fire across there and hit it, I think. So that's another possibility if I say partners can also use one use of the ability each. Oh my god. I didn't expect to be this close on the treasures. So right around here is where the mandatory, like, cut has to go. This is where cutter is going to get mandatory used, is this room. Okay, shoot. I don't know if I need to scuff this room yet, but let's just... Okay, yep, that was the one. The good news is I only need one actual use of cutter there. Not for that one. This one. Alright, the Triforce is at the very end. I missed a treasure somewhere along the way. I'm just taking a look for where what treasure I missed. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, I see where I missed it at. I did 2 of the 3 cannons here. I didn't do the 3rd one. Again, I'm basically gonna have to figure out what my rules are gonna be for this, and what I could do, say it's the partner that gets to use it, and then he lights the middle one. And what that does, if I let the partners be able to use them, is the mandatory stone use gets used, you know, by the partner and him. The hammer gets used to get to that point. Plasma gets used in there. So, like, that does open up my options a little bit more. Because then I can use Jet without regret. Okay, actually, yeah. Hang on, let me see. Also, I'm probably going to finish Great Cave Offensive and then restart it and grab the last two treasures I missed, because I did intentionally leave 2 of them at the beginning. Whoops. New tech I learned just today. If you're inhaling, the springs don't affect you. Also, I will apologize. I've kind of stopped responding to chat at this point because, at least on my screen, chat is about, a good, like, 10 minutes behind at this point, like... I don't know if it's just, like, my stream playback that is like that, or if it is everything that is like that. So I've kind of stopped responding to chat because of that. That part of the attack always messed me up really hard. Yeah, like I'm afraid to refresh the page at this point since I don't know if that's gonna mess up like the stream recording or not. The time check, at least, is like the message that you sent seems like it lines up, so I'm not sure if the playback is delayed or not. So yeah, I'm going to finish Great Cave Offensive, and then I'm going to go back and get the last 2 treasures in it so that we have it fully 100%ed. Let's see, floating up bomb. Yeah, okay, I mean, yeah, your chat messages seem pretty lined up to about how much delay I expect there to be. Like, that's really close to it. The playback that I have here is still in the cannon room with the, like, getting jets and stuff like that. So it is a little bit behind. Like, usually that playback is pretty well, like, up to date with everything. Yeah, you mentioned you were working on a thing earlier, and I kind of like idly asked about it. I didn't actually like officially try to get your attention and ask you about it. What's the game about? Now that I know that my chat's actually recent enough that I can talk about it without, like, having, like, 12 years of delay. Okay, so before I completely give up here, I want to see if I can get this to work. Yeah, this might be the fighter. This might be where I have to use fighter at. I'm just gonna call that my fighter use. I've never played a game like that before, but it sounds kind of similar to, oh god, what was it? Magicka, kind of, like, where you combine different, like, spells to create, like, different abilities off of that. Me trying to navigate worlds and not die while also reading chat is difficult. I will pause in just a second here and catch up on it. I just want to get this use of fighter out of the way, that way I can mark it off the list begrudgingly. Thank you, Knuckle Joe. See. Okay, yeah, like that sounds really similar to Magicka, and that was a really fun system for that. Are you doing like the programming for it? Like, are you using a game engine or something like that? I should have just went the other way, and that would have made this like 10 times faster. I've actually been looking into Godot lately. I'm trying to learn how to use that to make a game, and then basically like kind of seeing how that goes. Doing all the programming, art, and sound effects when it has sound effects. Yeah, Godot is definitely, from what I've seen, like, it's easy to use, but it's also a lot of having to understand, like, you know, you have to know programming to get Godot to work well. I don't know how Game Maker handles it. I know, like, RPG makers, whenever I use those, were always, like, pretty low intensity, like, in terms of, like, programming stuff. Like, if you know how to do flags, then you basically know how to do, you basically know how to do things in an RPG Maker. Alright, let me mark Wing and Fighter off of my list here. I also need to mark Jet as, like, yes ×2, because I definitely used that one. Let me mark Crash as yes ×2. Where is Cutter? I forgot to mark that one off. I've been completely dropping the ball on my list here. Yeah, and like I guess like another point of clarification is I haven't messed with RPG Maker since oh man, D-Bomb on here will probably know the last time that I messed with RPG Maker. It's whichever version I used to make my really, really awful RPG that just makes people angry. Okay, so that should be 100% treasures. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to kill the end boss again, and then that's where I'm gonna cut stream tonight, because I am well above the limit that I usually do. I usually go for about 2 hours, and we are at 2 hours and 44. I'm gonna save Milky Way wishes for a different night, because I'm a little bit worried about the run at this point. Yeah, like I've never used a Game Maker system before. Like I've never used like that particular program, so I don't know anything about how that one interfaces or anything like that. If you want to, a little bit later tonight, you can send me some screenshots of it and I'll take a look. And no worries if you are busy trying to, I don't know, make a game for a game jam in 14 days. Like, no pressure if you need to focus on that. You can show me another time. So as far as offensive abilities go, I still have use of ice, I still have suplex. I technically still have bomb and parasol. So I've definitely made it to where I have some amount of abilities left, but I kind of fear that I've stretched all of my progression abilities to their limit, and if Milky Way Wishes forces me to use any of them, which I know I'm at least gonna have to use, like, I think I have to at least use a fire ability again, and it might have to be Jet, honestly, because the fuse is gonna be so short. Alright, one last check of our list here. That appears to be 50 treasures. I have 9 gold and the Triforce. Took a small water break. Okay, so Jet and Fire are the two that I'm scared about because they're like the only abilities I have that set things on fire besides maybe Hammer. And if I do Hammer, I don't know if Bonkers can do Fire Hammer. But I've got a lot of ×2 uses on here already, and that is not good. Here, I'm gonna get ready to cut the stream off tonight, but let's play some Megaton Punch just for some fun. My timing's off on this really badly. I'm just gonna wait for him. Oh, my timing is way off. Oh, that was the 3 perfects. That's how it's supposed to look. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out how to solve these puzzles. I'm gonna have to get at least 1, 2, 3, 4 abilities so far. Like, I've already got like 4 uses of them, and I'm really worried about how to handle that. I'll try to do a part 2 of this sometime, and I'll just try to see if, you know, if anything comes of that, and like if I can figure anything out. But for right now, I'm going to take the rest of the night off and just chill out for a little bit. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. I'll try to do this again at some point and see if we can figure anything out about this. The second session is probably just going to be more labbing kind of stuff because I still need to finish Milky Way Wishes. Just before I go, though, like, again, I'm just doing this for my own sanity of, like, checking things. I did refresh my page, so I'm going to see if my preview on the page catches up. And I'm going to see how delayed it is now. I just moved left and right. Just going to give it a few seconds here. Okay, I mean, like, it's not the most responsive on there, but it's at least something. I am going to open up the stream in a separate tab and see where it's at, so you might hear double here for a second. I'm gonna do a left, right, and an up. That should give me an idea. Okay, I mean, like, it's a little bit delayed, but that's fine. And I'm gonna be checking the settings on it later anyways, so we'll see what happens. All right, we're shutting down for good this time. You know, once again, thank you very much for tuning in. You know, I'll see you guys next time and have a good one.